night and very early videos for people who stay up late and people who get up early. Y'all, I have hiccups. I'm sitting here with hiccups, y'all. I might have to get some water. So give me a second, y'all. I'm gonna get some water. Be back. Get some water here. Okay, y'all. For our early birds, got me some water. Okay. So some people have asked, when do God approve of me ghosting or doing a disappearing act? What I found out is that knowing how much loyalty there is. Now, this even applies to when you are doing things that's your life purpose and for profit. You have to look at the amount of loyalty where you're at. Okay, so let's say you have estimated the products and the work that you've done, you know that it is worth gold because you know the benefits you got out of it. Let's say you know that. Let's say I did this live video and I know the benefits that I got from these downloads and that I'm getting, how it's improving my life. Then I know the value. I know the worth. So then I can say, well, let me estimate the loyalty. Is my worth being appreciated? Not just as compliments, but is my worth being appreciated also with me getting back? Okay? Yes, you are allowed to feel like you should get back for your hard work. You're allowed to feel that way. Okay? You are not required to give product to get back. Downloads is still a product. Advice that improve other people's lives is still a product. Words can come as products. So I want to put that out there, okay? This video is not for people who's just doing physical work for other people or giving people money. This video is for people who are also educators, teachers, inspirational, and creative people as well. If you feel like your creative work is true, you know that it's genuine, you know that it's unique, and you know that it has gave you some clarity that has changed your life for in a good way, then you know that you deserve loyalty from people who receive it. Okay? So let's say you published a book or you've been publishing a few books and you're like, I know these books are good because I know how they have improved my life. But why aren't people showing gratitude? Don't immediately say, well, it's because my stuff ain't that good. Okay? You could be in a very shadow place. You can actually be in so much of a place that's dark, that's not for your energy, but you can still be in the right. You can still be in the right. You can be doing everything right. It's just that where you are does not support you personally. It would support what you did if you weren't you. Even though you are being who you need to do what you're doing, otherwise you wouldn't be able to do what you're doing. So they're in the wrong for not being loyal to you when they know what you're bringing is of value. You know how you know it's of value? Because other people said it is too. Not just the people who always come for your work. So if you put your work somewhere and you get no appreciation, no loyalty, but yet you put your work over there and it's not your family and they're all clapping. Everybody's clapping over here. They're not your family. Nobody's clapping over here. You shouldn't go over there. It's not that you got to change what you do. You got to leave. You got to disappear. You do not tell them that you're leaving because they have made it loud and clear they have no loyalty. There is no loyalty there. So there is no goodbye. Okay? Goodbyes are for people that you hope one day to see again. Just keep it real. Goodbyes is for people that you want to part, you it's important to part on good terms. Why do you care about parting on good terms with people who do not care about being on good terms with you while you're there? This is deep. They do not care about being on good terms with you while you're there. They don't care about celebrating your value. So there is no need to leave on good terms. The goodbye is to keep some light between y'all as y'all part. They don't care about light with you while together. So what are you going to do? You're going to give them some light to take with them, even though they gave you nothing but dark. See, you know what's happening? You are in a codependent energy then. When you do a disappearing act and a ghosting act on people who are not loyal or committed or appreciate your hard work, you're making your voice clear that you will not stand for it. That you are not afraid of losing them because they have no value to the growth of your work, only the growth of your character. The growth of my character shows you didn't taught me. You didn't taught me how to leave in silence, the importance of leaving in silence. So that's the only lesson. That's the only lesson you taught me by not being loyal to me, not seeing my worth. That's the only thing that they're giving you. They're not clapping. They're not supporting. They're wishy-washy. They're coming and going. They don't really care. You can't count on them. The only thing you need to have in gratitude for their presence is thank you for teaching me how not to be codependent. Thank you for teaching me for how to go somewhere where I'm wanted and appreciated. You taught me this because I see how hurtful and toxic it is to stay somewhere where I never get loyalty or I'm breadcrumb loyalty no matter how much good I do. Now that I know, now that I know how hurtful that is, that's a lesson. Now that I will never ever stay somewhere that treats me like that again. Thank you. That's the only thing I need to say to you. Thank you for this lesson. Goodbye. I don't even need to say goodbye to you. Goodbye to the suffering. I'm not saying goodbye to you. Goodbye to the struggle that I had. I'm going to say that to myself. Goodbye to the version of me that tolerated this unloyalty, your lack of loyalty. Goodbye to that version. You can keep it. You can keep that version of me that put up with your lack of loyalty. Hi, everybody. Oh, that's okay. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Hi, everybody. Exactly. Somebody said they get blocked for lack of communication. Karen, I have the same problem on Zoom calls and regular. Exactly. Um, or when people get dropped and cut you off, I can tell you right now, half the time when you're getting a lot of drop calls, that's also the universe, probably, or the creator telling you, there's no loyalty there. See, the God can see things you don't see. The forces can see what's going on behind the live videos or Zoom calls you're having. So I take it as if I get a drop call more than once, I'm done. I'm done because obviously there's some secret lack of loyalty. The creator would not let that keep dropping if there was some loyalty there. Hi everybody. No, you didn't offend me, Karen. No, not at all. As they say, rejection is protection, but rejection is revealing. See? We always say, well, I got rejected and now I'm protected. But rejection also reveals your weaknesses and also reveals the true nature of that person or that place. Okay? Now you've gotten to know them. You know them because you know your worth. If they reject you and you know your worth, then you know that something's wicked about them. Why reject something that's of value? You know something's wrong, right with them. Something's not right with them. But if you accepted it, now you know something's not right with you. Both of y'all is off. This is the realest truth. If you accept the rejection, something's off with you, with your inner being. If they reject you and you brought some value, something's wrong with them. Now you know the truth. Now you know that you're codependent and you're needy and you don't have as much self-esteem as you said you have. You lied to yourself about your self-esteem. And now you know that they block their own blessings. You know that they got some narcissistic traits, because narcissists will block their own blessings. Sometimes it's because they jealous of what you're bringing to the table and they can bring it. They wasn't the one to bring it. So you know that they got some narcissistic traits, and you know that you are not as secure as you said you were. So look at it like, I learned some truth. I need to disappear. I need to disappear. Okay? There's no love here. I don't need to gradually leave something where no love, no loyalty, or it continues to just take more than it's giving. Anytime someone gives a lot less all the time than what you give, okay, they need to be disappeared on. There is no leaving, because I'll tell you right now, if you go to leave slowly, they will harvest as much as they can before you leave. Don't get it twisted. A lot of people who don't give a lot to you, though you're giving a lot, they know your worth. They're just takers. If you tell them, "Oh, I'm leaving you because you're stingy. You're a taker." They're going to take more. They're going to take as much as they can before you leave. So it's better to just disappear. For example, when I would tell my friend, I told my one friend, "Yeah, I'm falling back from you. I want some distance. I want a break, because all you do is use me for my car. All you do is waste my time. You use me to get clients." Don't you know what happened? They took from my car. That same day that I said, "I'm sick of this, I'm leaving," or whatever, they helped themselves to stealing. They took from my car. So what I'm saying is, takers go harder when you say goodbye. So it's better to leave without warning. You're looking for the lack of loyalty. Sometimes you can't see it because it's been happening over months. Small amounts of lack of loyalty has added up. That's why sometimes you'll be like, "I just don't like this person. I can't stand them, and I can't put my finger on why. Like, why do I get anxiety around this person?" Because if you ever look over the months, the little tokens of entitlement they had with you, it's added up. You have what is called depth in your heart. There's a famous, popular love coach, and she talks about this, about being overdrafted in your heart chakra. So they have overdrafted. They didn't do it all at once, so that's why you didn't catch it. It was just in like micro doses. Hi, everybody. Yeah. Yeah, there's, even on live videos, there's energy at work. So if there's people there like taking from your live videos, or taking from your Zooms, hating on you, thinking negative, that's all that energy coming at the Zoom. So it starts to create, it's Mercury energy, low vibrational Mercury energy. It starts to, cause problems with the technology. That commonly happens when we're going into a lot of earth energy coming through, like Capricorn, if we're going to get into zodiacs, or let's just call them elemental energy, where people are doing tricks, harvesting people's knowledge to get money. When people are conning a lot and they're doing it through technology will start to malfunction. Yeah. Yeah. I had someone who overdrafted in my heart chakra, and I didn't even know how at first, until when I started looking over my poetry I was writing about us. I noticed that all my poetry was showing that they were cold and mean to me this day. It was like a cycle. Certain days of the week they were cold and mean, and then other days they were like slaving me out. They wasn't giving to me, but it was just like so sporadically through the week. And I think they did it like that on purpose so I wouldn't catch them, right away. But still, the impact spiritually, I felt it. I felt the overdraft. And I grew this immense, deep dislike for them. And I said, I normally don't like deeply dislike somebody. Why is this one time with them breadcrumbing me, hurting me so deeply? But I realized they were breadcrumbing me sporadically over the year, and it just all added up. And then my heart was overdrafted. They overdrafted in me. Okay. So basically, they wasn't making enough deposits. They were taking too much energy from me. Um, it's not just always what somebody take from you physically. It's just energy. I had someone that was constantly just taking my energy, and I was constantly putting energy in them. They were taking, even though they knew I put energy in them, and they were just leaving me overdrafted. Hi, everybody. Hi, Andeline. I like your name, Andeline. So yeah, I said, you know what? It doesn't even matter if I got physical evidence that someone's not loyal or a place is not loyal. All that matters is how often do my heart feel like it's ashes? If my heart feels like it's coals that's been burning, for so long, like how you get that old dusty smoke mist from coals that's been sitting in a fire pit a long time. If I feel that, if I'm constantly going, or it's almost like something has my heart chakra in a chokehold, like if I keep feeling this in my heart chakra, I already know that something's not loyal there. Something's taking more when it should be given to me more. It's something squeezing the life out of my heart chakra. And somehow it's made me think that it's eventually going to stop and give to me what I'm owed, because it owes me. If I've been given all the time, it owes me. It made me think it's going to give to me through its little tiny little pats, little micro compliments to make me think that the big, the treasure chest is coming, but it doesn't come. I'm looking in the mirror and I'm seeing it's taking a toll. Okay. You don't always need to know how they doing it. If you look in the mirror and you see that you're withering away, then it's happening. Then you need to ghost and disappear. The spirit will always transform the body to match what it's feeling. The physical body will eventually look the way the spirit is feeling, the health of the spirit. So remember that every time you give to something, it gets a little bit of your spirit. It gets a little bit of your power. It gets to know your frequency a little better than last time. So this is why you have to be very careful about not getting those deep rest. Disappearing acts is like the ultimate rest from it. Okay. We know that when people die and their soul it feels like goes, it feels like a disappearing act. Like when my mother died and months went by, I said, it felt like she did a disappearing act, because it was like, okay, I expect my mom to be back by now. Like, my mom is just never gone permanently. So it started to feel like a disappearing act. And I literally started to get upset. And then I realized, well, that's a disappearing act that she only had partially control over. Okay. Death is a disappearing act that you only have personal control over. Let me tell you something. You never have the final say with death. Okay. You're not full in control of that. However, You can always you can live your life in a way that chooses your death. I don't know if people notice that they're actually choosing their death. That's a different story. That's a different story, a different video. But if you stay with people who just keep subtracting from you and never giving, however that energy is being released and the effects on you, you're choosing your death that way. Okay? You're making the odds of, you may be putting a demand on God to say, this is how I want to die. This is why it's important not to waste your time or energy, because it helps to determine what God will approve of how you die. Like, this is deep, y'all. Um, for example, my stepdad wasted his energy, was always giving a lot of his energy to homeless people who weren't doing nothing for themselves. Okay, homeless people who weren't working, was not contributing to society. He was always giving to them. All right, that kept him blocked. That kept him blocked from his purpose. And so, by him being blocked from his purpose, that took a toll on him mentally. And then it got him to like have this negative thing about himself or whatever. So he started drinking and doing all that, and that eventually led to his death. So the point is, disappearing is also saying, whatever you're doing to me, this leading to my death, I don't want it. I don't want it. You know? If you ever notice people that live very long and don't end up in on death's list so early, those people, if you ever find out, there are people that has zero tolerance for toxicity. If you speak to the 90-year-olds in the nursing homes, they're the people that will walk right out of the activity. They won't even say goodbye. If somebody says something ignorant, they instantly just walk out. You know, I had a 90-something-year-old woman do that. If somebody just cussed and act up in the meetings, she would be like, nope, walk right out. Her energy was just too precious. And I'm thinking she probably was like this her whole life. It's probably why she lasted so long. You know, she wasn't afraid to take leaps and get away from stuff and trust that, you know, it was better. It's always better to leave negativity. It's always better to leave something once it stays so low vibrational. You're not missing out on nothing. Ghosting that, you're not blocking no blessing. As a matter of fact, you can still use the low vibrational experience to manifest something. So leaving is still abundant. You leave, you say, this got toxic. I can transmute the toxicity into a product, but I'm going to leave because I don't want the toxicity to overdraft my heart, to wear my heart down. I'm leaving to protect my heart, but I still know that this can still serve me while I'm gone. Hi, Karen. Karen, I posted all the information in the community news. Now, for some of y'all who are starting new businesses, I felt like I had to do this. Okay? When your scriptures are saying there's time for something new, leave the toxic situation, you should ghost it. I know that sounds wild. The scriptures will tell you when to. You will get scripture numbers that will lead you to even Bible verse that will say, the Creator wants you to pack your bags and go. Remember that we want to get biblical. Noah didn't tell nobody he was leaving but his family. He only told the people he knew very well. He wasn't going around announcing it to everybody. Okay? And the reason why is because the people who was supporting him, the people he knew well, was chosen to know. See what I'm saying? So when you do ghost a situation, you ghost the situation, taking everybody with you, telling everybody who supported you. Everybody else in that situation needs ghosted. This even requires if you're like on a YouTube, doing YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. If you say, well, I only have the 5 same supporters on my YouTube. I don't get any other donations for a year, but from these 5 people. And it's been a year, it's time to ghost. It's time to ghost, but take those 5 people with you because this is something that the creator told me. People are also abundance, and people lead to multiple abundance. Each person can lead to multiple abundance. So you may say, well, I only got 5 people to take with me when I ghost this YouTube. But each one of those people might be regular, loyal supporters that are putting an amount of money into you that would equal 3 people if that money was put in. See what I'm saying? So, for example, I have 2 people on this channel that sends me $200, $300 just in one large sum. That money is equal to the amount of breadcrumbers that's hiding on this channel. So I'm still getting what I'm supposed to get. I'm just getting it from one person, from the people on my list. See, the creator is always going to make sure you get what you're supposed to get, whether it comes from just a few people. So the breadcrumbers aren't winning. They may think they're winning. They may say, well, I'm using you for everything, and ha ha ha, I didn't give you nothing but a penny. They may think they got away with it, but they didn't. Because the creator is going to reroute that manifestation energy to someone who has already shown tremendous value of you or of what you do. Okay? Hi, everybody. Yeah. Toxicity also is being breadcrumbed. This is something that I had to learn. I used to think toxicity was just like arguing and fighting and showdowns and disrespect and negative competition and backbiting and backstabbing and two-faced it. I thought that that was the only toxicity. But I find giving and giving and giving and giving and giving and being breadcrumbed is extremely low-key toxic. Extremely. Okay? There's people who will tell you, I don't have no fights, I don't have no arguments, I don't have showdown disrespect. But look at me, I'm looking like a zombie. Why does it look like somebody blew cigarette smoke in my eyes all day for weeks? And you ask them what's going on, they'll say, well, I got this man that keep on using me. I got this woman that used me up all the time. Well, that's why you look like a zombie. The zombie look is literally a sign that there's some toxicity in your life. Okay? Lack of appreciation and respect is no different than somebody blowing cigarette smoke in your face. I know that is deep, y'all. Okay? Somebody's trying to blind you from your value. They blow in toxic spiritual energy in your face when they pretend like they don't see your value. Oh, you don't know how to? No, you don't. The community news on this page, Karen. The community news on YouTube. There's a community news section, a post section. Okay. On this channel, the where the channel owner posts his news at. Okay. Go to the main page of this channel and look at the post that I posted. And then you'll see it. Okay, Karen? Now, I want you to have these books. Thank you. But it means, I appreciate your donation, but it means it's so important for me to reach people with these ebooks. Because, y'all, these are things that been hiding. These are secrets, y'all. Even in my book on the craft of poetry, these are things that teachers don't tell you until they get $60,000 from you. My ebook on finding your destiny and life purpose, it took me to figure this out. Even part 2 I'm doing, 3 years. A lot of meditation, research, studying, mindfulness. And I got some more downloads for the ebook on finding your life purpose. It took a lot of spiritual work to find that stuff, from the metaphysical realm. I had to literally I was sitting in here getting instructions from the angels, like, go here, do this, do that. This is what it is. This is what it means. This is how to do it. It took a lot of quiet time in here. So the book getting to you means a lot to me. Okay. So I still want to get these books to you, Karen. Okay. The ebook, especially on finding your life purpose and destiny. I didn't even know. I was a person who didn't believe in luckiness. I didn't until I took a leap of faith. 4 years ago, I talked about it on this channel, a leap of faith. And I had made the right decision. It just felt right. And my decision was no longer counting on my family to support me, even if I'm working. I realized that a part of my contract is that I can't. Okay. I can't. I got to find my tribe that's outside of my family. That's not the same for everybody. So this is why I don't get triggered by people who say, "Oh, but I'm all family. Family first." I don't get triggered by them because it's not my contract. Um, my soul has a history of family taking advantage of me, or carrot dangling, or and they're here. They're still, sometimes your family from your soul history is in this life of yours too. They're born into your family again, or they're married to your family members. Once again, your toxic family members from past lives could be married to your family members in this life. So they're just doing the same thing to you they did in the past life. That's what's happening to me. That's what's happening to me. I have family members who were my enemies in my past life. So they're just behaving the same way they did in my past life. So that's why it's like, no, the creator's like, no, they at it again. No. So I have to find my family outside of my blood family. My blood family, they don't make right. They don't hold themselves accountable. They don't try to make up for what they do, because they was wrong, evil with me in my past life. They did me wrong in my past life. I only have like 2 family members that I can trust. This my blood. Everybody else cannot be trusted. Everybody else can't be trusted. Most of my support comes from non-family members, from y'all or people that's not my flesh and blood. But I believed that that was it, and I took a leap of faith, and I put all my energy into y'all and this purpose instead of my blood family, and it was the right decision. My scriptures all went into abundance. I was seeing very low vibe scriptures for years, y'all. If y'all knew, and I'm middle age, so y'all can imagine, like dad, for years she was just saying low vibe, like 20, 30 years, 444 all the time. Release Toxicity, release Toxicity. I never knew what the Toxicity was. I'm like, why is it always saying that? But I took a leap of faith and I said, my intuition is telling me it's my flesh and blood. I'm going to trust my intuition. I'm going to trust it. And it was the right one. Truth started to come out. Okay. And so don't feel bad. Some people will say, no, family first. It's not fated for everyone. Hi, everybody. Hi, Noel. Oh, happy holidays. So I'm going to give y'all an example. I did a disappearing act all around. Sometimes you just got to do a full disappearing act and let the creator touch everybody to come towards you. I know that might seem ruthless, but sometimes if you're like, stuff just staying locked, I keep feeling drained, toxic, I don't know where it's coming from. It's just all, I don't know. Sometimes you just got to walk away from the ship and be like, I'm locking it up and I'm just going to be on land, or I'm going to walk away from land and I'm going to just be in the water for a couple days and let everybody be touched who's supposed to be in my life. God will speak to them, will make them think deeply and kindly about me, will compel them to think positive, and then they will come towards me when I show back up. Sometimes that's what you have to do. That's what I just did, y'all. I did something that everybody on YouTube say not to do. I broke the rule of getting out of bed. I I went into, Rip Van Winkle energy. I stayed in bed for almost 2 days recently. I know that's crazy. I know that's crazy because people say, nah, you got to get up and work. All the gurus on here, the fake gurus say, no, don't stay in bed all day. I stayed in bed for 2 days and I made it my personal goal to stay asleep. I said, I want to see how long I can sleep. I know we all say, let's see how long I can stay woke. But I did the opposite. I said, I want to see how long I can sleep. I'm going to put myself to sleep if I got to. I'm going to put myself to sleep so God can clear it out. So I could get out the way. Okay? So I can stop chasing. I must be chasing somehow. I was staying toxic. Why is the toxicity going? So, so I stayed in bed, and when I woke up, I took some sleep aid, back to sleep. I did what they do to the patients in the institutions. Sometimes you got to institutionalize yourself for protection. I know we say, no, that's insane. But I'm telling you, y'all, sometimes we got to treat our home, our one of our rooms like our personal institution. I'm going up in this room and I'm eating small amounts of food like they give the people in the institutions. That's why they all so skinny, little bites of food. you know, no negativity on the TV, no news channel, nothing. Just music playing. Sleep, sleep, sleep. I'm up 2 hours, sleep for 4 hours. Up 2 hours, sleep for 5 hours. Up 2 hours. I know y'all think that that's not abundant, but it is very abundant. Watch how much gratitude you have. You have gratitude without trying. You'll be like, why everybody got gratitude? I don't need no gratitude no more. My whole body is gratitude. My mind just feels like it's been in gratitude. Sleep, I'm telling y'all, sleep, when you catch up on all the sleep that you wasn't getting because of toxicity, gratitude is not even needed. You'll see. You'll see. A lot of people that's like, I need to show gratitude. I need to have to remind themselves to show gratitude. They need sleep. We don't see people in the institution saying, you know what, today we should all give gratitude in this circle. They don't do that. It's not because their needs are all taken care of. They don't know. What if they run out of food in the institution, medication? No. Ignorance is bliss. When you disappear, sometimes it's like, I don't want to know what everybody doing. I want to be ignorant for a while. I want to be ignorant. Everybody want to be toxic. I don't know nothing about it. The devil sitting up there trying to attack me. I don't want to know nothing about it. The creator will take care of it. Ignorance, y'all, will get you through too. The institutionalized people are ignorant. They don't know about the mass shooters. They don't care. They're not allowed to watch that stuff. They're living their life. They're living their life in blind ignorance. And so the creator's like, I have to protect the ignorant. I have to protect the ignorant. So, y'all, hold on for a second. One of my kitty cats is locked in the other room. Who the heck got stuck in here? Hansi, you better not be messing with his decorations, man. Hansi. Hansi got locked in here. Ignorance is bliss, and you can get real ignorant when you sleep a lot. I'm serious. Alcoholics are ignorant because they're drinking. They're one step up from sleep. The alcoholics are walking around one step up from death. That's why they're not complaining about their studio apartments. The alcoholics are not complaining about eating just enough food. They're not complaining. That's why until they get liver cancer, they look pretty good. They look pretty good. Like there's some real fine, thin looking, good looking alcoholics. And it's not to say, I'm not saying go be an alcoholic. The ignorance is protecting them from the toxicity. They're even ignorant about some of their own toxicity. It's like God is dealing with their toxicity. They're not saying, oh, let me meditate to get rid of my toxicity. They're just like, whatever toxicity, because your toxicity needs to be released. It just shouldn't be released on people. People need to start going up in the woods, instead of in these ghettos and being toxic. People need to go up in the woods and just let out all their toxicity. Okay? The problem with drug addicts is that they let out their toxicity around people, around family members in the ghettos. Okay? They need family members to start taking them up in the woods to be toxic. See, back in the 90s when we were toxic and drinking and smoking weed, we would go to the park and to the woods to be toxic. Okay? We knew better. Our parents raised us to take the toxicity to the where it belongs, up in the wild. But we had people that would bring the toxicity to the neighborhood, and we would say, oh, they're toxic. See what I'm saying? Um, but when you sleep, you ain't got to deal with none of that. You ain't got to deal with that. Your toxicity will be released. If you're toxic with food, sleep a little longer, sleep a little more. Put yourself to sleep. If you've been toxic, I'm serious. They got sleep aids. There's no such thing as getting too much sleep. I don't know where that came from. Like, oh, you slept 11 hours. You missed your blessing. No, you didn't. You know how much sleep you need? You owe the metaphysical world your energy. You have missed out on the metaphysical world because you've been a little bit too woke. A little bit too woke with the working, slaving out, people pleasing, stream hopping, YouTube hopping. You've been a little bit too woke. You didn't miss out on so much sleep. I'm surprised that we don't have worldwide collapse. That's how much sleep that the world has missed out on. Okay? I'd be surprised that I don't see more people just dropping dead out in these streets. Like, there should be more people. God is being merciful, keeping all of us alive like this, and we sitting up there totally sacrificing sleep. Okay? Serious. Y'all. Thanks, James. This is what I do when it get toxic. Time to go to sleep. Time to go to sleep. Y'all, that's my favorite weapon against it. I'd be like, oh, we've been arguing for 3 days. This person is being disrespectful. I'm going to sleep. If I go to sleep, I'm going to miss their phone call. If I go to sleep, they ain't going to have me to reach. They going to be down here all negative by themselves. They going to have no choice but to deal with their toxicity or go to sleep like I went to sleep. That's what winter is for. Sleep. Minding your business. Minding your business is sleeping. You go out here, that people like, you ain't hear about the latest mass shooter? Nope, I was asleep. Even if you don't say you was asleep, they'll say, you don't know about it. You must be asleep. Nope, I ain't sleep. The new woke is sleep. The new woke is sleep, y'all. This woke here was low-key toxic. If the woke that we've been into is low-key toxic. Like, oh, woke with this group, with that group, with the black gender group, the black male fighting, the LGBT against them, we against the LGBT and they against us, all that type of stuff. Now I want to go to sleep. I want to go to sleep. I'm not saying I do it, but I don't want it around me. People will pull you into it. You try to be sleep in the room, woke sleep, because you could be woke sleep with your body there and your mind is like down deep. People will pull you out of that sleep state. So it's like, I'm going to actually go to my actual room and I'm going to sit in this room and sleep. Believe me, there's going to come a moment where God's going to touch me and be like, okay, now you can come about that sleep. Like, we need to wait on God to say, your sleep is over. But we're waiting on people to bang on the door to ask us if we're okay. We're waiting on phone calls, work schedules. Man, F that. That's why the 9 to 5 job, is spiritually illegal, because God is supposed to be telling us when we're supposed to be woke, not these strangers hiring us. These strangers telling us wake up at 8. Now I know when I need to wake up. I know how much of my energy you used yesterday. I let you use on this crummy job. I know how much. So I need to tell you when I need to wake up and get moving. Okay? Just because I can wake up in this bed don't mean I'm supposed to finish the wakeness. The wakeness is finished when I put my foot on the ground. When I step out this bed and I stand up straight, I'm woke. I'm woke. I'm woke. Even if my eyes are, the creator considers that woke. Okay, but I decide that. Until then, I'm gonna lay in this bed and I'll talk when I feel like it. I'll answer you when I feel like it, because I'm still laying down. So technically I'm half woke. I'm half woke. I'm half woke until the creator say get up. And believe me, the creator is going to say to get up, because we ain't allowed to stay asleep forever, because death didn't take us. You don't get to sleep forever until your body don't get to sleep forever until you die. It's forbidden. You will be woken up out the bed eventually. I know, and if I don't wake up, it's because it was time for me to die. People are also low-key scared to die. I don't want to sleep 10 hours, 15 hours. I might die. And don't you know what you did in your life, so why you scared? Like, if you say you believe in God and you say you got angel support and you say that you did enough good, you shouldn't be afraid to die. You should just be afraid of the pain. Like, I'm afraid of the pain. Okay, I might doubt. I might have a little bit of doubt, but I don't have full doubt. So I'm going to go ahead and sleep these 15 hours. See, I don't have 100% doubt. My percentage in belief is like 95%. Yours is 20. That's why you keep jumping out this bed. That's why you keep jumping out, waking up, jumping out, waking up. I'm not. You sitting in my face saying deficit release, then why the hell are you sleeping? You should be running to that bed. Death is a release of toxicity, not just death from your soul or your body. It's a release from toxicity. Okay? That's the best medicine. Why do you think doctors say get some sleep? Okay? If you can't savor an apple when you woke, then you ain't got enough sleep. An apple should taste real sweet when you eat it, when you wake up. You should be like, oh, this is sweet as hell. Because they say an apple a day keeps the doctor away. It means keep death at a respectable distance. Like Jim Rohn say, death at a respectable distance. But you need to be able to savor the sweet apple that's from the Garden of Eden. You need to be able to savor every single taste. And you can't if you're toxic. We are not superheroes at releasing toxicity. We need the other side to help. We need our ancestors that was of the light to work on us. We keep cutting their work short. Like, oh, you got 5 hours, ancestors, you're good. They like, no, the hell, we ain't good. It took 2 hours for you to get to us in the astral dimension. It took 2 hours for you to cross the dark tunnel. And now you here, and then it took another hour for you to surrender and not be afraid. And then it took another hour for us to get your body to start to respond to this medication. No, see, you didn't cut us off too soon. You didn't cut us off too soon. You need to go back to sleep so we can finish our job. Go back to sleep so your ancestors can finish their job. It is the new woke is sleep, yo. I can feel it. I don't know what's happening in this. What's happening with Trump? I don't know. I'm trying to stay asleep on this right now. I'm trying to stay asleep. They were saying that Trump put his name on the Kennedy Center. That ain't none of my business. If it don't affect my money, I'm staying asleep. Now I'm gonna wake up for my money. I'm gonna wake up for my baby. I'm going to wake up for a robber breaking in my crib, and I'm going to wake up if somebody touch my damn body in my sleep. Okay? I'm going to wake up if it's an emergency call. And it better say emergency in the text message, or else we're going to fight, because you shouldn't be waking me up. Don't call my phone. That's why I love Texas, because Texas can be, you can text emergency. As soon as I see it, they don't say emergency, my eyeballs going right back shut, because it ain't an emergency. And my sleep is daytime is nighttime to some of us divine ones. Some of us was guardians during the day. Some of us was sleepers during the day. I want to sleep during the day and night. There's too much toxic in this world to be up all damn day. We ain't in the time. We ain't in the 1950s anymore in Pleasantville. We're not in Pleasantville anymore. We are not in Kansas anymore, where we can just sit up woke all the time. Soon as we even try to avoid the negative energy, it finds us. It finds us. We say, well, I woke during the day, but I ain't going to say nothing. The negative energy will force you to say something. It will call your phone. It will stalk you in the street. A neighbor will say something negative. Family members will suddenly go negative. You're like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and sleep during the day, because I decide when it's night. Me and God decide when it's night. Who said it's nighttime? Who the hell said that the nighttime is only 2 a.m. in the morning? No, 2 p.m. is night when I don't want to put up with toxicity. Maybe I don't want to create. Maybe I don't want to do watercolor at 2 p.m. Maybe I do not want to socialize because it's too toxic at 2 p.m. Maybe I do not want to do poetry. I want to let my poetry that I already wrote boil. Maybe I want to let everything boil because I'm not there. Sitting on the edge, like, when will she return? Maybe that's the energy everybody need to be in, so they know who I am. So I'm going to go sleep. I'm going to go sleep when everybody think I'm going to show up. I'm not going to be woke, because then they might still be able to tune in on me. I'm going to go up and go sleep, because I think that people starting to forget my importance in their life. I'm starting to see little signs. So I'm going to go ahead and go to sleep, so they'll be completely cut off from my energy, because my ancestors are surrounding my body, my guardian, the angels, and everything. The angels for my life purpose, assigned to my life purpose, the protection angel. There's a certain protection angel assigned to me because of my life purpose. It's standing right near my heart chakra when I'm sleeping, saying her heart is off limits right now. Off limits. Okay? I want to sleep before my heart turns into a raisin in the sun. Before my dream turns to a raisin in the sun, I'm sleeping. I already know this world going to try to cut me off when they see I'm too abundant. So I'm going to take my money, I'm going to take my abundance and go to sleep. Like 90-year-olds do. They say, I say those people been sleeping during the day their whole life. Let's keep it real. Those people in the nursing home that's 90, they've been taking naps. That's why they sit good at it. You could be talking to 90-year-old people and it's, no, that didn't happen overnight. They trained thyself to be in that energy. They trained. They was running businesses and went right in the back and went to sleep. Went to sleep during their lunch break. Then went back out and finished their job. They got so good at it. If we sitting up here avoiding sleep, but old people ain't. Make it make sense, y'all. Make it make sense. 90-year-old people know they can slip on and die, but they still running to the bed, ain't they? Working in a retirement home. You'll see they run to their room. No, honey. No. Somebody acted up in here. I'm going to my room. They leave all the activities early to go to sleep. That's why they living longer. Okay, that's why they're getting more. That's why people like them. The old people to sleep more is always the nicer ones. There was this lady in a retirement home. She was mean as hell, throwing wheelchairs at people, anybody that just dared to look her in the eye when she looked mean. She was the one that was always up too early and up too late. Always sitting 2 hours before dinner. I'd be like, Rose, why are you out here? This the dinner ain't till 2 hours. I'm here. I said, see, that lady don't know how to sleep. She don't know how to sleep. That's why she's sitting there mean. She's 95 years old. I saw her say, if you don't take your butt up into the room, lady, and wait till we ring the dinner bell. For real. Unless I got something to do, I want to go to sleep. That's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about it. I got work to do. Time go sleep. Time to I'm going in my bed. I don't got no work to do. I didn't wrote me a poem. Sleep. I didn't finish the dishes. Sleep. Serious. I only needed to know what I needed to know at that moment that I had to do work. I don't need to know anything else after that. Because I know everything that comes after I do my work is probably toxic. See, the devil comes late. The devil comes at the end of my work. The devil's energy show up at the end of my work and he comes full force when I'm done. So I'm like, no, I'm out of here. I'm going right to sleep before the devil come all the way. Okay? Y'all, somebody said they bought a... Look, let me tell y'all. Who said that? Somebody said they bought a rocking chair. Stress less. You know what? My husband got so tired of it. Because I told him, I said, you sitting up there you don't know how to rest. I said, you run your raggedy all day, then collapse at night. I told him, I said, you better start sleeping during the day too. So I guess he realized I was right. He got the rocking chair out, y'all. He got the rocking chair out. And I noticed now he goes to his rocking chair twice a day and he goes, and I go in the room and I say, he's sleeping. That's good. That's good. You know what? He's being nicer. He's less arrogant, less cocky, less sensitive. Okay? Less pushy, less needy. People sleeping more ain't needy. You get to learn, you get to be like, you don't even care if you miss out. You be like, I ain't missed out on nothing because that sleep was so damn good. If feeling is the key, then I felt it because I was asleep. If Earl Nightingale say, feeling blessed is the feeling is the key. Boy, that sleep was so good, I feel blessed. That's why people act more blessed than some people. They sleeping more. It's not that they going through less struggles when they woke. They sleeping more. So the struggles ain't too strong feeling. They don't feel the struggle so strong because they sleeping. 90-year-olds is not feeling like they really 90 years old because they're sleeping. Y'all, I had people make fun of me because I'll sleep anywhere. I'll sleep anywhere. I don't care. When I need to sleep, I'll just lay down my coat. I'm a military woman. I will sleep anywhere. Military men will sleep anywhere, won't they? Sleep is sleep. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Serious. Like, I'm getting me some sleep. I don't care. I started kicking my own daughter out. Now, you know I ain't playing. When you say, okay, I'm going to sleep, my daughter will come and she'll be talking whatever. We talk for an hour. I say, okay, daughter, I gotta sleep. She say, Mom, it's only 8 o'clock. I say, I sleeps. I sleeps. She said, okay. You know, I shut it down a little early to go to sleep. Yeah, we having a good time, but I don't want our well to go dry. See, when this well go dry, then I feel like I'm missing sleep. I'm missing sleep. See, you leave before the fun has expired. You say, I'm having a lot of fun. Before you go, I'm tired of this fun. See, you're supposed to go to sleep before that. You're supposed to go to sleep before that. Right when the fireworks is, right when they fall, after they fall, right when they down. Time to go. That's what my mom would do. We would go to 4th of July. Fireworks, and the firework would come down. And right when it touched the ground, the grand finale, my mom would say, time to go. But there'd be people still standing around and I'll see, it's going to get negative. No, no. We saw the fun. It sprinkled down. Time to go. Okay, we probably was already a little tired before the grand finale. So we need to go now. The fireworks have touched the ground. It's time to go to sleep. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Sleep. Sleep is creation. You creating in your sleep. Let your sleep do the work. You say, I need to meditate, mindfulness, go to bed early. Guess what? I bet you any money you won't be in that meditation. You won't need it. Downloads will just be dumped into you. If you're the cup of the metaphysical space because you've been sleeping in and open to it, you've been so open to it for 10 hours, there's no way that you can be blocked from downloads. You're going to wake up the next day in flow state like, how am I in this energy? Don't be fooled. Them monks, they ain't up in there just banging bells all day and gongs all day. They up there sleeping. They like that. We think they doing this all day. Boing to the gongs. Those monks was up in those damn castles and those buildings like this. We keep saying we grown. See, that's the problem. Grown make you think you don't need much sleep. No, get the hell out of here. This body is tall, but I ain't grown. I'm a child on this earth. I'm a child. I'm feeling it like a baby. I feel the same. This pain that I feel grown, I feel just the same when I was a teenager. When I was a little taller, it feels the same. So why is everybody saying I'm grown? I just got more responsibilities. Let's just put it in words. I got more responsibilities to the baby. But I damn sure ain't grown. The terminology of grown, I'm not. The society terminology is I could take hits like some hero. Like some stone wall. I can't take no hits like a stone wall. Okay, if that was the case, I wouldn't be getting diseases from the trauma. No. I'm a baby. I am a baby. Once I get into middle age, baby. No. I know for sure I'm 100% a baby. Once I get over 30, I'm a baby. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. 30 is the new 90. I'm a baby. No, I'm done. I'm done. I don't know where they doing it in reverse. 35 years old is the new 90. I thought the 90s was toxic. Shoot, I want to go back just because of the toxicity. I want to go back to the 90s. Not because it was abundant, but because it was less toxic. In your face all the time. If there was gangs on the east side, it was on the east side. But now it's everywhere. It's everywhere. See what I'm saying? That's the problem. That's the problem now with everybody being able to get a car. These mass shooters couldn't even reach the places they back then. Because to get a car back in the day was very expensive. Having a car back in the day was an extra privilege. Now anybody can get a car. You can get you a $2,000 car. You can make $2,000 at McDonald's right now and go get you a car. Okay? See what I'm saying? Because evil has so much access to us, we need to sleep more so it don't have access. You know where my new place to sleep at? Guess where my new place to sleep at? The library. You know how many times back in 2005 I was sleeping in libraries. I had a home. I wasn't homeless. I had a place to stay. But I said, I'm not waiting to go all the way home to go to sleep. I'm going to sleep here in this library. Okay? I'm going to go deep up in this library where the chair is, in the back where the dictionaries are at, because don't nobody like to go to the dictionaries but peaceful people. Law students go to the dictionaries. Medical students go to the dictionaries. Writers go to the dictionaries. They about protecting their peace. So I'm going to go back there to the dictionary section, the source, where there's a chair, and I'm going to take me a nap. Because libraries got cameras. They got kids coming through. There's cameras all through the library. Somebody robbed me, we're going to see who did it. We're going to see who did it. So everybody's watching the library. Librarians is watching you like a hawk. And they don't care if you sleep in here. They kind. They lenient with that. Long as you ain't snoring real loud, they don't really care. Long as there ain't a bunch of people sleeping together in the library, they don't care. As a matter of fact, they wish more people would have sleep in the library because people are too loud in the libraries now in the ghettos. The library over there in the ghetto, people be coming in on a cell phone. This white lady told this man that came in here and said, "This ain't a bar. Get up on out of here with that cell phone. This is not a bar." I almost started laughing. I said, "He's disturbing our half sleep." I done came up in the library to get me some sleep. I'm reading this poetry, which is helping me to get some inner peace sleep. And he's in here running his mouth on the cell phone, being toxic. When the lady saw us all shifting like our sleep was disturbed, that librarian threw him out with his cell phone. Funny, y'all. True story. Some dude got thrown out the library up the street for being on his cell phone. Disturbing everybody's peace. We don't get nowhere near his peace. You can't even sleep on the bus. You hear blah 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 blah. People on a cell phone on the bus like this. Blah 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 blah. People on a cell phone. Bing 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 bing. Cell phones ringing and stuff. It's like, dang. That's a shame that we gotta like schedule in peace. I'm going to schedule in some peace today. That's just how toxic it is. Where you can't get random peace. Where's the random peace? You can't. Okay? You can't. The people that's not online, they're thirsty for attention. So they loud out in the street. "Hey, what's up? Oh, yeah. They loud out there. So it's like, okay, the people that don't be online a lot, they loud in the streets. The people who are online, they loud on their cell phones. People addicted to their cell phones. I don't know about y'all, but I could feel the cell phone technology energy without somebody talking on it. Somebody could be talking low. And it's like the cell phone still disturb my peace. The energy waves from the cell phone, it's like bing bong bong bong, even though they're not talking on it. You know, there's a guy on YouTube who said his wife was suffering bad from that. Like, he said he had to take the TVs out. The cell phones can only be used in certain areas. He said because it didn't even matter if it was on. Like, it was disturbing the frequency of his wife. I get disturbed by that too. Like, somebody could have the TV on in here and I could stand in the doorway and it'll be like, woo, child, peace disturbed. Somebody said, okay. I never thought the day would come where it was like, I'm running to peace. I'm running to it. I never thought when you're Generation X, you know, you're like, you never think that. You never think that. Because everybody was like, you know, we're Generation X is like 60s, 70s babies. We're used to like, you know, the Beatles. We all live in this yellow submarine, a yellow submarine. We're from that generation, with the exception of the gangs that came in the late 90s. Okay? The older generation of Generation X started getting toxic. But beside that, the younger Generation X, we were like, we chilling. You know, some of us is younger than R. Kelly, younger than P. Diddy. We're like, we just chill. You know? But it's sad that we gotta like run to peace. Telling y'all, sleep. Try it one day. When all hell break loose, say sleep. I know it sound wild, but let me tell you, you're shopping in your sleep. Did you know that a part of your consciousness is still roaming when you sleep? But when you woke, your consciousness is being like hijacked. So it's hard for it to roam in the metaphysical space. People are pulling out consciousness so much, pulling out energy when you're woke. And when you're asleep, it's like, can't pull at me now. I'm protected. I can go ahead and surf the world in peace. Y'all. Some of y'all be tired and don't even know y'all tired. I've been there like, I ain't tired. I can keep doing this. And then after I got done, I was like, well, damn, I was tired the whole time and didn't even know. Woo! I was living in illusions that I thought I had a lot of energy. I was squeezing every little drop out of my heart chakra. I was exaggerating the strength of that little bit of energy. That now I know. You want to feel what it's like to have a lot of energy. Get more sleep than you normally get. Serious. You're releasing way more energy than you think you are. I was thinking 7 hours of sleep, running on that like I used to in the 90s. Yeah, I can do 6, 7 hours of sleep and feel really energized. It's like, nah, not no more. Not no more. Nope. Nope. 9, 10 hours. 10 hours. And it's not just because I'm old. It's because I'm an old soul. This soul too old. This soul is sick of this place now. I'm just keeping it real, y'all. I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it real. If I didn't see that it was people that really needed me and, I'm saving lives, I would be bitter as hell in this life. There would be no good for me here. Because this soul is just fed up. Okay? It's fed up. I'm fed up with being exposed to the toxicity. To the point it's like hard for me to stay cool now. And I'll be like, get the F away from me. I'd be like, whoo. I start putting on the prayer like, whoo. I'm starting to have zero tolerance for the toxicity. It's too much. Beyonce should have did a song with that. It's too much. Instead of walk that talk, I walk away from toxicity because it's too much. We need some songs. We need some songs about escaping toxicity. I'm tired of hearing all this toxic music. Why don't we need what's it called? Bob Marley back. We need that. We need some Bob Marley. You know what I'm saying? Where we're like, stand up for your rights. But it's like, I'm gonna go ahead and when I stand, I'm standing for my rights. Other than that, I'm going to sleep. This world could just say I'm ignorant. I got something to fight for. That's why I'm woke. I didn't fight for it already. I'm asleep. I wake up to fight because I know that I have to fight woke too. So it's my turn to wake up, fight. But I don't have to be woke to fight all the time. I can fight sleep. Shoot, let somebody else do the fighting sometime. For real. Let somebody else be upset about the situation. Shoot, go to sleep a little longer and let them complain about the dishes and the garbage and let them be in our energy. Let them feel like nothing's working out. Shoot, you know when you wake up, you be like, I got this and that to do. Man, let somebody else feel that way sometime. Shoot, leave that mess, sleep a little longer and let that stuff be in somebody else's face more. Let them get tired of seeing the garbage in the dishes. Why I always got to be the one to be tired of the toxicity? Why can't you be in the same? Why can't you have a turn? Shoot. I'm saving people also by being healthy. I need more sleep to be healthy. I'm tired of these gurus saying don't stay in bed for a day. Oh, how do you know how much sleep I need? They stay saying that. Like the one coach online today. He tried to argue with me in a live chat, gonna say, no, don't stay in bed for a day. I'm like, if that was the case, why are there lobsters 100 years old? Lobsters will go in the bottom of the ocean and be sleep down there for weeks sometime. Okay? Why the heck are they so muscular and powerful and living to be 100 and something years old? A damn lobster, 100 and something years old. Because they know the benefits of sleep. Whatever you can shed is going to start to shed because you sleep. For real. Like, I realize that. Like, when you can't stay mindful of your diet, go to sleep. You can't eat healthy. You be like, cheat on diet. Nah, I'm tired. Time to go to sleep then. Time. Maybe I should go take a nap. Let me go ahead and take me a Valium with Valium Prince Charming and go to damn sleep and see if I'll get through this hunger. Sometimes when you have unexplainable cravings and hungry, you really need to go to sleep. That's the truth. A little bit too thirsty, sleep. A little bit too hungry, sleep. Okay? I know people say, no, you're going down. Y'all, I'm telling you, when you go real deep, you can go real up. Real up. You won't resist going up because you've been deep so long. You'll have gratitude for going up. When you sleep real good, you'll be like, yeah, I'm excited to go up. I don't even want to get up unless I'm excited. Like, if I'm just okay with getting up, that's not enough. That's not enough. I should be feeling Christmas in me before I even get up. Like, what is the point? Like, what is the point of getting up half excited? What is that going to do? I'm going to be half beneficial. I'm going to half A it. No, that's embarrassing, half A-ing it. When I know people who can go harder because they're disappearing for 3 days because they're sleeping. I'm saying, y'all, some of the people that can go real hard on this YouTube is because they sleeping for 3 days. That you just don't know. You be like, where you been at? They be like, living my life. Yeah, living your life in a hotel. That's what they was doing. They checked into the hotel and went to sleep. It's some random hotel. It was getting served. They was using the cash bar, the wine bar. They was getting food brought to them. They was ordering chicken salads and reading every book they wanted to read and laying in bed for those 3 days. And then going back on YouTube for the next 4 days. But they sit up there saying, oh, whatever. I was just living my life. Yeah. You was living your life in a hotel. That's what you were doing. Shoot. You can sleep pretty good in a hotel because you didn't pay to sleep there. Like, what if we start seeing our houses and homes like a hotel? I bet you get some sleep then, huh? I bet you get some sleep then. If you start to be like, this is a high-priced hotel, 5-star hotel I didn't pay for. It's more expensive than the Sheraton. I'm spending $2,000 on rent a month. Oh, I'm going to get some sleep in here. I'm going to get some sleep. I'm going to be up in here. I'm going to wake up and see these walls. I'm going to peek. My little eyes is going to wake up for a minute and see the beautiful of this hotel. Go back to sleep. Yeah. Sleep sometimes is like I'm staying home and it's like there ain't no society. There ain't no society. I'm just in my home and that's it. Y'all, this is the truth. Woo. Stress less. Oh yeah, glory be to God for sleep. I don't know why we don't pray for sleep. We always praising money. Praise God for some sleep. Look, if If being poor is gonna give me more sleep, fine, fine, I'll take it. If only having what I need is gonna give me more sleep, I'll take it. I'll take it. For you, for some of y'all not over 30, y'all may not be able to relate to this. Y'all ain't dealt with this toxicity for 2 centuries or a century. That's why y'all might not relate. But if all I have is my needs, food, shelter, water, clothes on my back, and I can get more sleep that way, I'll take it. I will take it. People say, well, Charles Bukowski was one of the most prolific writers in history. That man was a sleeping man. Charles Bukowski slept an entire day. Now you know, he was a beast. Of course he was unstoppable when he got to this typewriter. He was like this. Charles Bukowski literally would go to bed like 4 a.m. in the morning and wouldn't even get up till late in the day. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He would sleep 9 to 10 hours at least. Charles Bukowski slept at least 9, 10 hours. And he would only get up for fun. He refused to get out of bed unless it was to make some money. Unless it was to make a little bit of money. That's why he lived out of his suitcase. He lived out of his suitcase. He said he hated the 9-to-5 job world, and he said it was toxic and life-draining. He lived out of his suitcase because the man wanted sleep. And he did not die from drinking. He wasn't an all-day drinker like they try to say he was. He wasn't. He died from a genetic disease, leukemia. See what I'm saying? Because he slept 9, 10 hours a day, his body was cool. He died from an inherited disease. He didn't even die from something that he got because he was living toxic. But that just goes to show y'all his sleep. And he was a pretty solid man when he died for his age. You would have thought he would have been like, really washed up looking because of his drinking. He did not look really haggard, y'all. So I think he was getting that 9 hours of sleep, so it was keeping his skin tight. Sleep, man, I'm telling you. All this medication everybody on, I bet you a lot of people wouldn't even need that medication if they go to sleep. Ever since I started sleeping more, I don't need my high blood pressure medicine. I didn't even fill the prescription. What do I need it? I'm asleep. The times that my pressure would go up from toxicity and attacks and disrespect and cravings and stuff and salty food and salty chips, I'm sleeping. People always say to obese people, run from food, run to sleep, run to your bed. Run to your bed. Run to somebody else's bed whose food you don't have access to. Like, seriously. Run to a park bench. Go take a nap there somewhere safe on a park bench. Serious. That's what we need to do. Weight problems, spending addiction, shopping addiction, run to the bed. I normally run to the mall. I'm going to run to my bed. Shoot, I'm going to take me a nightcap. Every time I'm tempted to shop, I'm going to take me a nightcap and run to grandma's bed. Because grandma don't keep too much food in her house normally. She over that. The food she got in there is soup and crackers and oatmeal. That's what grandma got. Grandma got fish, soup, and crackers up in there. So that's what. So I'm gonna run to grandma's bed so that if I do run to grandma's kitchen, ain't nothing in there to get me fat. Ain't nothing in there to jack me up. I run to her kitchen. I'm running to soup. I run in her bed. I'm gonna be running to quiet because she is not having no chaos in her bed. Grandma ain't having it in her bedroom. Okay, her bedroom is a full-fledged sanctuary to her. I'm gonna run to grandma's bed. I used to do it all the time when I was at my thinnest and I would go to karaoke and I would be upset about the toxicity or the disrespect or something. I would say, I'm not even driving home. I'm running to my mama's bed. I'm not even driving home tonight. I'm worn down, beat down, battered and bruised by the toxicity at the karaoke. I was disrespected. I got into it with somebody at the bar. I'm not driving home. Cause I'ma run to my kitchen. That's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna run to my mom's bed. Mom ain't gonna let me raid her kitchen 2 something at night. Mom gonna say, you better sit down and have some soup and go to sleep. That's what mom gonna say. Okay? So I'll run to my mom's. And I would go to my mom's, it'd be 2 something, and I know my mom will, she open the door, she'd go, Mika, what you doing here like karaoke? She said, you want some soup? I said, yeah, I had some soup. She said, let me bring you out a blanket so you go to sleep on the couch. I don't have a spare room for you. But if you get a little bit scared, you come get in my bed. I said, okay. I said, Mom, I'm fine on the couch. Okay. The one day that I ran to the couch to go to sleep after something happened at Toxic Karaoke, was the day she bought me this. My mama bought me this the morning after. I ran to her couch to sleep after dealing with something toxic that night. This woman came for me. I got in a fight with somebody, and I said, no, I'm not driving home. I said, because I'm not going to get no sleep. I'm going to run to the kitchen. I'm going to drive to my mom's. I'm going to drive to the nearest couch. I said, what's the nearest couch with the healthiest kitchen? And I said, my mom's. I said I could drive to my sister's, but my sister Renee got junk food and all that going on, but she probably still woke. I said, if I run to my sister Sean, I'm damn sure going to be going to sleep and eating soup because she ain't having it. She ain't having it. So I said, but she lives farther than my mom. So I said, I'm going to drive to my mom's. She the closest couch I can get to. The coaches, the closest, cleanest couch. And she always has a clean blanket and she always has some soup. I'm telling you, if you're getting tired of society and you're just tired of chasing money, go ahead and get some soup and get in bed. Like seriously, just say I'm done with this shit. Serious, like just be like, I'm gonna go ahead and let me get somebody to take care of me the next few days. People to come over to do everything and just lay around in my bed with some damn soup, some popcorn, so I don't get hungry. So I don't get too hungry. Soon as I start craving, I'm going to put some buttery popcorn in my mouth so I don't get too hungry. I'm going to sit with my popcorn and watch some funny movies, some childhood movies, some movies from my childhood, Disney. I'm going to watch Disney, not woke Disney. I'm not going to woke Disney, okay? I'm not going to woke Disney. I'm going to a lot of the Disney films that is like from like when The Lion King came out. I'm going from like 2010 back, okay? Because I already know that the woke is still low-key toxic. Woke films is low-key toxic. They always making somebody the villain, making one group of people the villain and the other people the victim and disrespecting certain groups and stuff. It's like, I don't want them woke films. I'm gonna watch me some films, some wholesome films, some family-oriented films, some films that don't disrespect no group. No group did disrespected in it. Like Never Ending Story. That's like a Disney film. Nobody was disrespected in Never Ending Story. The Native Americans weren't, LGBTQ weren't. Everybody got love. Everybody got love in the movie Never Ending Story. So I'm going to go watch that and eat my popcorn and eat my chicken soup and drink my red wine or my Chardonnay or champagne. And this is going to go on for 2 days. Okay, I'm going to get up to do a little wash up. I'm sick. I'm sick because I'm mentally drained. Mental drainage is a sickness. I don't need the doctor to tell me that my pressure low and cholesterol high. I am drained. So I know that I am sick. I am mentally tired of society. That's enough for me to lay down in bed. I'm going to have a fake flu because I got sick of society flu. That's a new type of flu. I'm tired of the toxicity of society, so I'm treating it like I got the flu. I've been too exposed to the toxicity. Okay, I can feel it in my heart chakra. I'm getting these random little aches, random little pains, unexplainable pain. No, I'm going in bed with some soup and some popcorn, some Ritz crackers, and I'm going to put on some wholesome movies, and I'm going to read me some wholesome books, and I'm going to sit here and let everybody else slay for a while. I'm going to go ahead and eat off of paper plates because I'm not waking up to no dishes. My energy is not for dish slavery. I'm going to get me some little nice little paper plate bowls like my grandma would do when she didn't feel like doing no damn dishes. I'm going to get some flowery painted paper bowls. My favorite blanket. Everything's going to be my favorite. I'm not dealing with no finalists while I'm on a 2-day rest. None. I'm not dealing with no finalist pleasures of the finalists. Runner-ups. No. I don't want no runner-up friends calling me. I don't want no runner-up jammies. I don't want no runner-up snacks. No, I don't know. Because I know we all got plan B in the house. I don't need plan B because plan B feels toxic while I'm drained. It feels a little toxic because it's still a little ungrateful of me. That's why it's plan B. So I'm going to go lay in the bed for 2 days and deal with plan A only. A plus. A double plus with a smiley sticker on it, with a strawberry sticker on it that I can scratch and smell. I'm going to have stickers on whatever I'm doing. Whatever I'm doing in this room is because the teacher put a smiley face sticker on it. God put a smiley face sticker on it. That's the kind of sleep that I'm going to get. Y'all, so you don't lie. This year I'm not jumping up to do gifts when everybody say I'll come down when I want. Them gifts ain't going nowhere. I'm coming down when I want. Don't you come to this house 8 a.m. If my daughter comes this Christmas and be like, because my her dad got gifts for her. If she come here and be like, gifts, because you know how young people will come for their gifts. They coming through. If I'm gonna be like, till peace come through to this heart chakra, those gifts are sitting there. Have yourself some hot cocoa and some bone broth. Okay, go ahead and have you some. Go ahead and have you some eggnog. Sit your butt down and watch a Disney film until I'm rested. God will tell me when you get your gifts on New Year's and Christmas. I don't know, because I'll be rested. I'm not giving gifts tired. I deserve to be rested when I give out these gifts. Ooh, child. My mom was like that. We could fuss all we want. My mom would still be in bed. I can remember my mom coming in with the Christmas tree, and we all in there waiting on her. Me, my dad, all of us. My mother would be right on time, too. She'd come in, and we'd be like holding the gifts for a long time, looking at them, shaking them. And my mom would be like, not yet. And we'd be like, Mom, what do you mean not yet? You're in the room. I'm in this room, but I'm not in it yet. I ain't had my coffee. That's what my mom would say. Let me have my coffee and my egg, and then we're going to open these gifts. Well, let me get my coffee. We'd be like, okay. We knew it was time to open gifts once Mom had her coffee. Her little black coffee, and she was smiling. If Mom wasn't smiling, it ain't time to open gifts. It ain't time to open gifts. Okay. Okay. She ain't feeling it. She ain't feeling it. She ain't feeling it. Frankly, I don't want to open my gifts in a room full of tired, miserable people. I don't need that energy around me while I'm opening my gifts. So I'll wait. I'll wait till everybody's tired and rested and happy and gratitude and praise God. Everybody that woke up and said, thank God I woke up. Okay, once everybody got in our energy, okay, I'll open my gifts then. You know? So, and I have a family member that don't even want you to open their gifts when you miserable. They like, no, mm-mm. They do it intuitively. I picked it up intuitively. That like if you're real tired or miserable, they'll hold their gift until you're not. Okay? Because they want you to, they want you to want it, but not be like, gimme, 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 gimme. You know what I'm saying? So yesterday I sensed the gift was coming. But I said, I ain't worthy. It's coming. I ain't worthy. I'm too damn tired. I'm beat up, battered, and bruised. I said, I didn't work myself to death until I'm rested. I'm not going towards the gift. Okay? Because I'm not going to be like, See? When you sleep for a couple days, when you get gifts after that, you're like, did you know that like this sleep was what I needed? Why else would this gift be here? I'm at peace. The creator want to give to peace givers. And you can't give peace if you're not at peace. So when you at peace, that's when you know, okay, there's a gift coming. There's a gift coming. You're worthy of giving your energy then. If you don't go to sleep, if you don't get sleep for the fact that you ain't worthy to give no energy because you're tired, you're beat up, battered, and bruised. People going to think you're toxic even when you're not saying nothing. People going to think that you're leeching off their energy. People are going to think that you're going to block them because you're weak. So you might as well just go ahead and get in bed and rest. I've been falsely accused of draining someone. When I wasn't draining, I was tired. Tired. I could sense that the person was like, you don't got no energy to give to me. Like I was withholding. I'm not withholding energy. If I give you the last drop of energy I have, then I'll have none. I'm probably going to collapse then. But people don't think like that. People think when you withhold energy it's because you're being stingy. It's sad that we got to tell people now, I'm effing tired. That's why. This grinding culture says you're not allowed to be close to collapse. You're not allowed. You're supposed to keep going. No. That's okay. There's plenty of money out here. There's endless amount of resources. They'll come back around. I'll wait. I'm tired. My sleep is more important than a resource when there's doubles and triples of that same resource. Every resource you get is tripled out here. So I miss this resource that this person's giving me. It's over there. It's over there too, and over there too. I'm not sacrificing my sleep. With every moon, there's another opportunity for getting opportunities and getting resources. So I decided to sleep when the new moon hit. While everybody was setting intentions, blah, 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 blah. I already know what I want. I knew what I wanted before the new moon. So I ain't got to sit up and do intentions. My intentions were set early. That's why I'm tired. I've been in intention energy before the new moon. Okay? I'm not trying to be in alignment with everybody doing intentions during the new moon and then everybody collapsing at the same time. See, that's why nobody's getting nourished and fed. People need to stop being systematically collapsing with other people. Get off the schedule. Say, when everybody's up, I'm sleeping. No, I'm sleeping. Y'all, I'll tell her what it is. I'll say what it is, y'all. I just re-moisturized my hair. It's looking all crispy, strong. Looking all strong. Y'all see that? All that coming out now. Listen to y'all hear my nose? None of that was coming out till I slept. I was staying congested until I slept. I didn't even know I was this congested until I slept. I just like, oh, my nose is a little irritated. But all the while was all this stuff up in here. See what I'm saying? All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later. I'll be on a little later. Thanks for watching. Oh, we got 14 people in here. Yo, I gotta blow my nose, but I don't want to blow my nose on the video because some of y'all are sensitive to nose blowing. Some of y'all be like, "Ooh, that was gross. That hurt my stomach." I know some people that like will throw up hearing people blow their nose. So I'm gonna head on out to respect y'all energy. If you want to donate to the channel, you can donate to my Cash App. If you want to donate to, I'm not saying channel no more. You want to donate to my life purpose, to my essential needs, you can donate to my Cash App at money sign Coach V Hunter, or you can donate at my PayPal. I have 3 books available for sale in the beta version right now. Okay, how to use angel numbers. That book is available in the beta version for $8. My ebook for finding your destiny and your life purpose. That book is $8, available for sale in the beta version, which means you'll get a VIP link that you can use for 30 days. Okay. And then if you want to keep reading the book, I'll send you a link to it on Amazon. Okay. You'll get another discounted price for it on Amazon. I also have another book that's on the craft of writing poetry for new poets and advanced poets. So check the community news to find out the 2 books that are for sale right now. These can be last minute gifts. Okay. And my angel guide, how to use angel numbers. That book is also for sale. I'm also going to be doing a part 2. If you call them angel numbers, okay. But some people call them scriptures. So whatever you call them, scripture numbers, angel numbers, the book works the same. Okay. I'm writing a part 2 for that. So, but if you want that book is $8. All my books are $8 up until the new year. The VIP version of the book, meaning the PDF versions, all of them are $8. You have to email me to let me know how you paid and what book you bought, what PDF you bought to read, and then I will send you the link. The links of the ebooks cannot be reposted and they can't be shared. Okay? Just keep that in mind. You cannot publish the books, you can't post the links, and you can't share the links with anyone. Look at it like it's this is your time to get ahead of the rush, because all my books will be on Amazon in the middle of January. But if you want to beat the after Christmas return time when people are returning gifts and exchanging gifts, if you want to beat that rush, you need to buy my books right now while they're in the beta version stage, and they're on a VIP site, my site. Okay, I have a site, a page online that has the books on there. I highly recommend that you buy them now because they're going to be at regular price in January. When I put them on Amazon the second week of January, they're going to be at regular price. Right now, all my books got at least a $4 discount as a way of me being generous around the holidays. So I recommend that you buy all 3 books: The Craft of Writing Poetry for New Poets and Beginning Poets, the ebook on how to find your life purpose and destiny, your soul contract, and my other book, How to Use Scripture Numbers, how to know when the scripture numbers are working for you and when they're not, and how to use them and how they serve you. Okay, I'm gonna have a part 2 for that too. I also have another ebook that's coming out that's going to be about how to kind of master the scripture number system that are around us, how to get your master scripture numbers, whereas abundance got to keep coming to you. Okay, it has to, because you are doing certain things. Okay. This book, this part two is also going to be for artists as well. All my books artists can use too, but this part two, I know for a fact that artists are going to be also very grateful. Like going to be like, wow, okay, I understand. There's things that the Asian people, I'm not saying they don't know, but there's things that they put out there, but there's Akashic records that go with some of their lessons that they don't know. So I was able to access some of the Akashic records that go with some of the micro lessons that we got from different cultures and different races when it comes to spiritualism and stuff. And I'm putting this information in books. Okay. This is a very important year for me. This is my spiritual year. It's supposed to be really spiritual. Okay, so get these books, y'all, because I'm going to have to make them at regular price in January, because this is how I'm supposed to be able to take care of myself too. So get them all down for $8. Part one, all part ones of my book, um, all three books. Okay, I also have poetry chapbooks. If y'all want my poetry chapbooks, you're going to have to get them now, because I will be unpublishing them. Because I plan to do a massive collection of poems and send them to big name publishers as well as big prizes. So if you want my poetry chapbooks, please go on Amazon and get them before I unpublish them. When you buy books on Amazon, even if somebody unpublished them, you still keep access to them. So even if I unpublish a book on Amazon, Amazon will let you keep the book. So I will be unpublishing all my chapbooks come the new year. My chapbooks that are 5-star and all that, like On a Path That Never Sleeps, The Last Time I Saw You, that chapbook is a popular chapbook of mine, and On a Path That Never Sleeps, and 3 others, the other 2. I advise you, if you want all my chapbooks, all my books, I would say get them by the end of the second week of January. Okay? My chapbooks will not be up after New Year's. I'm just going to do collections. There's no point in doing chapbooks. I'm going to do pamphlets. Pamphlets are smaller than chapbooks. I'm doing themed books only now. So I'm unpublishing my chapbooks so that I will be more within themes. And there'll be pamphlets or collections. There's too many low vibrational chapbooks out. And I don't want to be in the chapbook world anymore. I don't want to be in it. Okay, so I'm going pamphlets and collections and PDFs only. Okay, bye everybody. See y'all later. Um, uh, Next year is like new beginnings for some people. Okay, especially with relationships, creative energy for some people. So, if you want to know more, if you want to learn, I advise you get my book on finding your life purpose. My book teaches it differently than everybody else. It doesn't matter what book you look at on YouTube for life purpose. My book is totally different. Okay, it's totally different. Part one of my book on finding your destiny and life purpose is totally different from every book on YouTube. And Love the Most High will tell you if she was in here. It's totally different than all the other life purpose books. You have to have an open mind though. Okay? All right. Check the community news for all my services and resources. Please check the community news for my workshops. I'll be having weekly workshops from now all the way through next year. Check the community news to find out what books I'm currently selling, buy them, how to buy my books. Check the community news, meaning go to the main page of my YouTube channel, look at the post that I made in the news, the community part, and you'll see that post. Please copy that post for your future reference. If you buy any of my books, you have to email me and tell me you did and what you used, how you paid, so I can send you the link to the books. Bye, everybody. See y'all later.